Testing. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for sharing this wonderful moment with all of us. But before we begin, can everybody stand up for the presentation of colors? Colors post. Can we have the team for the Guam National Guard, please? Of the Coast Guard team? The United States Coast Guard team? Thank you. Can we remain standing so we can have a moment of silence for those that lost their lives in Texas and in Ohio? Please bow your head. Thank you very much. You can take your seats. Before I begin, I would like to recognize some of our guests here this morning. I want to recognize our governor, the governor of Guam, Lulian Guerrero de Magahaga. I also want to recognize the members of the 35th Guam legislature, Senator Castro, Senator San Agustin, and Senator Taitano. I also want to recognize the commanding officer of the Coast Guard Command, Captain Hayes, or Captain Chase, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning's flag raising commemorates the 229th birthday of the United States Coast Guard. And we're celebrating that birthday, the 229. We also, this morning flag raising also commemorates the members of the Purple Heart unit. I believe there's like 60 that are here in Guam. And with the men and women who are here, I want to recognize also the auxiliary members who have always been supportive to the members of the Purple Heart. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, going back to the history of the United States Coast Guard, let me just say that they did play a significant role in the liberation of Guam in the Second World War. And I just want to thank Captain Chase and the members of the Coast Guard for their assistance in making sure that we protect our waters around Guam, and also the interception of illicit drugs coming in, and also giving us the safety tips regarding boating and recreational boating safeties here on Guam. And I want to thank you very much for the services. I want to thank all of you for your service. Thank you very much. I also want to recognize the men and women of the Purple Heart uh, as the chairman for the Veterans Committee. Uh, Nick Francisco is the commander of the Purple Heart unit here in Guam. I just want to say that Danklunas Masi for the things that you have been doing, not only going along with the dedication and things that you need to do in support of our veterans, but also the auxiliary members, the women who really support the National Guard, the Purple Heart members. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a special day for all of us. The veterans, there's not only the Purple Heart recipients that are here, but also members of the armed forces. And like I said during our conference up in Manila, that a lot of our members, veteran members, have these complaints that they refer to the headquarters and the Veterans Affairs. And as I stand here today, let me just assure you that I'm still working to get an equal representation of medical services here in Guam, equal to the one in Hawaii, a regional medical facility. And I will continue to work with that along with the governor and the legislature. And hopefully in the days ahead, we can realize the complete services that is due to our veterans. Thank you. At this time, I would like to call on our governor to give us a little word of wisdom. Governor, please. Thank you. I know she's not prepared, but she's one.
Thank you, Senator Terlai and members of the 35th Guam Legislature, Coast Guard Command and team, and also Purple Heart. I'd also like to recognize the Gold Star families that are with us. Can you just stand up? And I know it's Mr. and Mrs. Lukiala. Thank you for this opportunity to say a few words. And as I was sitting here, I was looking at the Coast Guard, and it just brought back my memories of meeting with your commander-in-chief, actually, Admiral Schultz, who I met just a few weeks ago and has pledged and committed some more resources for you so you can continue to do the great work that you do in protecting our borders, protecting our ocean, protecting our actually livelihood among all the marine lives. And I was just back from the President of Pohnpei's inauguration, and also from the Micronesian Island Forum's leaders, which is a regional perspective and a regional look of our security and our safety. And I have to say, being Coast Guard is at least one of the most complicated services, as you are there to take care of the waters of thousands and thousands and thousands of miles, which is a big, vast area, almost the size of the continental of the United States. And I so much appreciate your commitment, and so much appreciate your networking also with other countries, Australia, New Zealand, also the Indo-Pacific whole area. And it has to be impressed in our minds that we are the center of national defense here in Guam. Coast Guard has said it, the other armed forces have said it, National Guard has said it. Guam is strategically poised to be the center and is the center of national interest here. And every armed forces and every services that we can to help protect and defend our island, not just for our island, but also for the nation, is so much appreciated. So on behalf of the people of Guam, I want to wish you a happy birthday, 229 years. That's an amazing accomplishment. And I know you're going to get some more fast boats. I don't know what the technical name of the fast boat is, but Admiral Schultz was very much committed to that. So you can be able to be there when your services are needed. And so thank you again for working also very closely with our ports, our commercial port. You are indeed a great partner for the people of Guam. Sizus Masu.
I would also like to call up on Captain Chase to give us a few words.
Hafa It's always a good way to start, right? So, hey, I just wanted to say thank you to the governor for her kind words. Thank you, Senator, for having us today. Thank you for recognizing what we do here on the island for the people of Guam. Thank you mostly for embracing us and making us part of the family on the island of Guam. We've always felt welcome here. We always will feel welcome here, and it's a pleasure to serve this beautiful island, this beautiful location, to serve with your folks, and we just love it here. And special recognition to the Purple Heart as well. We thank you for everything that you've did for us as well. So thank you very much. See you, Smase.
Before I call up the commander of the Purple Heart unit here in Guam, first off I want to thank the Guam Territorial Band for being here with us this morning. And also the presenters of the colors, thank you very much. And at this time, I would like to call Mr. Nick Francisco, the commander of the Guam Unit Purple Heart. Go ahead, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Pido. Just for the information, Senator Pido is adopted as an honorary member of the Military Order of the Purple Heart. So thank you for that, Senator Pido. Governor, members of the legislature, Coast Guard, happy birthday. We appreciate all your service. And just for the record, the Military Order of the Purple Heart support the military build-up here in Guam. Governor, we support legislature, we support the military build-up here in Guam. The military is good, and all those Purple Heart over there sitting are part of the military at one time. So again, thank you for your service. And this morning, I know I was not asked to do any presentation, but I just got ready in case they call me. So I guess I'm ready. This morning, we're honored to be here because August 7 is Purple Heart Day throughout the United States, Guam and the other territory, and Puerto Rico, Virgin Island. So the whole state, the 6th region, from national down to the region, to the department, they're all celebrating Purple Heart this week. That's why they ask us to stay home. And before, we used to have convention during this time of the year, but they decided that during Purple Heart Week, everybody stay home and do something to recognize the Purple Heart. So yesterday, we started off with a mass at the Mangilaw, and today we're here for the flag raising. And Wednesday, we should be at the governor's office for the governor to sign the proclamation declaring this month as Purple Heart Month. Thank you, Governor. I know that all of you here maybe never hear a story of how all these men got wounded during the war. And majority of our members here are Vietnam War. And I know that I myself, I'll never forget August 31st, the day that I got wounded, 1967 in Vietnam. I'm with the 25th Infantry Division, Wolfhound Division. So again, let me ask all those wounded veterans to please stand up. I know that every single one of those wounded and the others never tell the story. And it's hard to tell the story of how you got wounded in Vietnam or of any war. But let me just explain to you about the medal. This is the medal of every individual that got wounded, killed in Vietnam or any other war. And this medal, I'm going to ask Tony to read the history of this medal, okay? But before I ask Tony to read this, I have here with me the real medal. This medal, I received this back in Vietnam after getting wounded in August 31st. I received this medal in 1967 in Vietnam. So I'm going to ask Governor Lu and pass it over to the other senators, so at least they can say that they hold a medal at one time, the real medal. While they're doing that, I'm going to ask Tony to please come up and read the history of the medal.
The Purple Heart is an American decoration, the oldest military decoration in the world, in present use, and the first American award made available to the common soldier. It was initially created as the badge of military merit by one of the world's famed and best-loved heroes, General George Washington. It is awarded to members of the armed forces of the United States who are wounded by an instrument of war in the hands of the enemy, and posthumously to the next of kin in the name of those who are killed in action or die of wounds received in action. It is specifically a combat decoration. The Military Order of the Purple Heart, Guam Chapter 1315, 787, and 2007 mission is to foster an environment of goodwill and camaraderie among combat wounded veterans, promote patriotism, support necessary legislative initiative, and most importantly, provide services to all veterans and their families. While the Auxiliary Military Order of Purple Heart, Guam Chapter 1315 mission is to pledge ourselves to sponsor those principles of liberty, justice, and general welfare that have made the United States the great nation that it is today. And we further pledge ourselves to assist the Military Order of the Purple Heart in carrying out its patriotic, fraternal, educational, and historical programs.
Now we're going to play the Purple Heart song, so please just bear with us.
He went to war just like his father, barely made it home alive. He was decorated and honored, though a part of him had died. He looks up to her from his wheelchair, wonders why she never left. He thanks the Lord for this woman who's been loving, loyal, and true. He's got a purple heart, she's got a heart of gold. It's killing her to watch him die, but she won't let it show. The love outweighs the pain that's burning in their souls. He's got a purple heart. She's got a heart of gold. He talks and cries while he dreams. He's on the battlefield again. For some people, though, it seems that the war never ends. She reaches to the nightstand because she knows just what he needs. She lays the medal in his hand to put his mind at ease. He's got a purple heart. She's got a heart of gold. It's killing her to watch him die, but she won't let it show. The love outweighs the pain that's burning in their souls. He's got a purple heart. She's got a heart of gold. He looks at her and says, "Woman, say a prayer for me. Lord knows if I only could, I'd get down on my knees." He's got a purple heart. She's got a heart of gold. It's killing her to watch him die, but she won't let it show. The love outweighs the pain that's burning in their souls. He's got a purple heart. She's got a heart of gold. She listens to all of his stories until the last story has been told. He's got a purple heart. She's got a heart of gold. He's got a purple heart. May God rest his soul.
Thank you very much.
Going further, I just want to call on the auxiliary members. Sina manogiam jun rata tata recognition sa todi durante ni anay manihita manggaygam jo todi tempo na sa poputi Purple Heart. Jadangklo loki sa daliko na Purple Heart ni manilutan no maunra i submission medyo ja by Faisanam jo ja sige afan kumentinua esti na nilala i managway ja an manatungo si Marcy. Now I would like to call on the colors to retrieve the flags. Colors, take charge. Unbay Talo, thank you very much, Captain Chase, for being here today with your troops. Thank you very much, Governor Leongoro, for being with us today. Thank you. I know that I missed the 35th Guam legislature because I just got back from for a medical appointment, but thank you anyway, and I will be back. I will continue to work with you within a couple of weeks because I need to go back again. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, this concludes our ceremony for today. Thank you very much.